British Columbia Institute of Technology acknowledges that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh.
Hello there, I'm Bahar Garian, and these are your 11:30 a.m. news headlines at BCIT News. The province has tabled legislation in response to a request by the City of Vancouver to dissolve the Vancouver Board of Parks and Recreation. Government is proposing amendments to the Vancouver Charter that will provide authority to Vancouver City Council to dissolve the park board by bylaw if a majority of eligible workers in the city approve the dissolution through an assent vote. This will ensure Vancouver residents have a direct say in the future governance of Vancouver parks. Since 2015, autumn in British Columbia has not only signaled the start of rain, but the time when brown marmorated stink bugs decide to make your house a home. Our reporter Riley Cunningham explains more on why these bugs are considered pests and how to get rid of them.
The brown marmorated stink bug originated in Asia, but since 2015 has established a population throughout British Columbia. The government of BC says the smelly insect is a threat to BC farms, as it feeds on fruits and vegetables and damages crops. Like any invasive species in the region, the main goal is control. The Invasive Species Council of BC says October and November are when the bugs start to look for spots to overwinter, and our homes provide a convenient shelter. The province recommends preventing the bugs from getting into your home by sealing off entry points. If you do spot one, make sure not to squish it, or you'll soon learn how they got their smelly moniker. Instead, try vacuuming it up or drowning it in soapy water. Expect to see more in the spring when they awake from hibernation. Riley Cunningham, BCIT News.
The province and TransLink partnered up today for the UPass program in 2011. The program has been a success and will be extended up to 2030. Our reporter Clara Lonto has more on the story.
The program was initially going to end in 2020. However, it was renewed with a new end year of 2025. Recently, the province and TransLink had agreed on extending it for 5 more years. TransLink spokesperson John Jang shares the reasoning behind the 5-year extension's choice.
I think this is just kind of the standard way that they approach it, and it seems to make a lot of sense because it gives us now an idea for students as well as us to know that the next 5 years the UPass BC program will continue.
People without UPass are not at a full disadvantage. Jang says that the Compass card has other perks like discounts on certain museums, restaurants, or gelato places. Clara Lonto, BCIT News.
The union representing 51,000 Alberta teachers currently on a province-wide strike says it has asked the province to resume negotiations starting Tuesday. In the Mideast, Israel and Hamas have agreed to pause in their devastating 2-year war and the release of the remaining hostages in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. Sherry Preston from ABC reports.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Sherry Preston. Israel and Hamas agreeing to a pause in their 2-year-old war. The Israeli cabinet is meeting right now and is expected to ratify the proposal. ABC's Karen Travers is at the White House with more on the first phase of the plan that was put forth by President Trump.
We know that in this phase 1 agreement, this is the plan now that would see the release of potentially all the remaining hostages, the release of Palestinian prisoners held by Israel, and that partial withdrawal of IDF forces from Gaza. That is phase 1. But there are a lot of questions about what phase 2 would look like and how those negotiations could be very complicated. And we have seen negotiations fall apart before when they got to phase 2.
As a part of phase 2, including that withdrawal from certain parts of Gaza, further governance of the territory is also in question. For now, though, phase 1, once the Israeli cabinet signs off on it, the hostages expected to be released within 72 hours. This is ABC News.
And now for the weather. The light showers today should be finished up by the end of the hour. A mix of sun and clouds and a 30% chance of rain throughout the rest of the day. It's 13 degrees Celsius currently, but for tomorrow, plan ahead as we are expecting showers. Thanks for tuning in to the headlines at 11:30 a.m. I'm Bahar Garian for BCIT News. Talk again soon.
Stay tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow. This is 1680 The Crow, and you're listening to our feature presentation.
I have the one and only that I'm spending sleep. Addison Ray.
Bing bang! Have you seen Don't Feel Funny?
Nothing beats it. Cheers to you holiday. And right now, you...
This is One More Scroll, how social media affects the different generations. I'm your host, Jenny Sung.
And I'm Clara Lonto. We're gonna dive into the world of doom scrolling in TikTok, the experience of different generations on this topic.
And is doom scrolling really that bad? Have you heard that TikTok audio, where it's like, Isabel Conklin doesn't want to eat a cupcake? Who are you? Have you watched this show before?
I haven't actually. That thing has just been suddenly, one day, I just have that on my For You page.
Really?
Yeah.
I
don't, it just popped out of nowhere and I think I sent it. Oh, I sent it to you.
Did you?
I sent it to you and then it pops up more.
Oh, okay. The algorithm on TikTok is crazy because you didn't even watch the show.
No. I'm trying. I'm trying.
Do you spend a lot of time on TikTok?
I would say I used to.
Really? Not anymore?
It's still, but not as much.
Oh, are you like an Instagram Reels user?
I am now.
Over TikTok?
Yes.
I feel like they're really similar though, because they're little funny short clips. I mean, they have longer clips now. For me at least, I don't know, when the YouTube videos used to be really long, I used to be able to sit through them and watch them, but now that I'm God forbid, addicted to TikTok, I feel like my attention span has gotten so bad. I get super impatient now and I can't sit through a long YouTube video.
Oh yeah. Low-key, I think me too.
Really?
I personally thought that I have higher attention span than people, but then lately I've been watching a minute video and I've been doing I fast forward.
Yeah, no, I can't sit through it anymore. I don't know, maybe that's a me problem. So I talked to a fellow Gen Zer, and his name's Sherwin, and he kind of said the exact same thing that we kind of just talked about not being able to sit through longer videos and stuff.
I physically just cannot. Why do you think there's a 2x time speed thing option on TikTok now? People are just losing their minds. They can't fully watch a video without needing it to be sped up in some way, or I just lose my patience quickly. So if I'm not entertained.
I actually have a friend that is also like that. She watched YouTube video and she has to watch it in 2 times speed. So I think this is now a universal in a way, yeah, for our generation, you know. Actually, Jenny, I have a quick question for you. Were your parents strict with internet when you were a kid?
Honestly, my mom was a little strict. You'd be surprised. She would take my phone away all the time when I would be on it too much. Do you remember DSs and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she would take away my DS all the time and I wouldn't have any technology. She was pretty strict about it.
For me, growing up, I only have an hour time of iPad.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I have to share it with my sister.
Oh.
And I have to hey mom, can I use the iPad? And she's yeah, sure. And every weekend or something. So I don't know, me personally though, I feel that create a good kid in a way.
Yeah.
We have a, what do you call that? Self-control. I know it, but yeah.
No, you're better than me though, because I don't have any self-control. I will spend hours and hours on TikTok and my social media. Even as a kid, never know when to stop.
What's your first social media?
Preferred social media?
Well, your first.
Oh, Twitter.
Twitter?
Yeah, I was
at
a little
young age?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have been on Twitter as a kid. But hey.
Wow. Mine was Facebook, and that was under parental guidance.
Really?
It was.
Oh my god, my mom did not know I had Twitter. She knew I had Twitter, but she did not know the stuff I posted on there.
Of course. I actually talked to one of a millennial, but she have a kid. The kid is Gen Alpha. She talked to me about how she how she controls like her kids' screen time and stuff.
Okay, so my name is Erica, and I am part of the millennial generation. While I know it's a part of her generation, I'm not going to take it away from her, but I am going to teach her how to use it wisely. Because I feel like a lot of kids right now, they just get immersed in it, and they use it, they see it, it's a repetitive thing, their subconscious there's this pattern, they don't connect outside, so it's about having a balanced life, and that's what I'm teaching her, which is something I don't see in a lot of like younger generations right now.
It's crazy to me when I see like young kids who are like 6 or 7 and like they're like on social media or TikTok posting these videos of them getting like Sephora hauls and spending like $300 and like using like super expensive skincare, and I'm like, go outside, touch some grass, like build a sandcastle or something, I don't know, I think they're growing up so quickly because like they're watching all these girls on TikTok.
Yeah, actually, going back to the millennial Erica, she actually talked about that too.
No, you don't need it, and I want, at least from my end, like obviously she sees me putting makeup, and sometimes I'm like, can I put on some blush? Sorry, and I was like, yeah, take the brush, you can put a little bit of it, that's it.
These little girls at Sephora are unhinged. These children should not be going into Sephora getting retinol for their skincare routine.
I want to get the toner.
Why do you want toner?
Because it makes your skin glow.
But what is toner?
It's like you put it after your makeup.
Nope.
Oh.
Is social media really that bad, do you think?
Me personally, it does have a pros and cons, but unfortunately, I'm leaning on the cons.
Really?
Because like for someone who use it a lot, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen how like people use it negatively. So I would say it is pretty bad.
Oh.
I know some people would say it's also pretty good. I am also aware of like the pros of it, but then I will be leaning more on it's kind of bad.
To be fair, I like say it like I don't agree with you too, because it's like I take social media breaks all the time. Like I deactivate my Instagram and all that stuff. And so, I mean, I love social media personally. I'm a very big advocate for TikTok and Instagram, but I can see what you mean by like saying it can be cons too, because like I feel like the environment can get really toxic, and like you like sit there and you end up like comparing yourself and like getting fed all this negative energy and information. So I feel like it could be a little, but I don't know. I feel like I'm more pro TikTok, but also I hate it. But I love it. I don't know.
You have a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, it's like a toxic relationship. Okay. Like it's a love-hate relationship, you know.
So we talked to a professor, a UBC psychology professor, Dr. Amori Mikami, about her take on social media.
We have done some work though also, and showing that some of the concerns about TikTok is that the content really is not vetted.
Okay, so this is why I said that it's like a cons. I think it was like 2020 TikTok where it was pretty bad that I realized that it does get to me too. In a way, like my thoughts and everything is being shaped into something that I don't even recognize myself, kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like 2020 TikTok for me was like peak TikTok. I don't know. I don't know if I can back you up.
Just know that you have control over this. So if you have the urge to pick up your phone and check social media, just ask yourself, why? Why do I want to do this? What do I want to do when I get on social media? Is this going to be good for my mental health? Is this the right time and place to be doing it? And, if the answer is yes, then get on and go do the thing that you wanted to do. Like maybe you really want to connect with a friend or a family member who lives far away, or you really want to share some news with somebody who you care about and who cares about you. So to me, those would be good reasons to get on.
It's a little different. Like it's harder to make connections on social media now, I feel. Like Dr. Mikami said, like it depends per person, I feel like. Like obviously some people find it more like with cons, but like for me, like I don't know, I like to scroll on there if I'm having a bad day or something. I'll just like end the day off like in bed, like bed rotting, as you would say, and just like rot away, and like it helps you forget about your problems. And like, yeah, like maybe like it kind of ties in with like what you said about like cons being like the environment is a little toxic, so maybe sometimes it makes it worse. But usually, you know, like I feel like it's a good way to unwind at the end of the day, but I guess it like really depends on everyone.
So I guess what I get from like talking to all these people is there is a good, and obviously like there's a good and bad for like social media. It's not entirely bad for sure, but then like for people who are like what do you call that? For people who are very in deep, we just have to know where our limit is.
Yeah, I agree.
For me, I have a 1 hour time limit for TikTok.
Do you actually?
I do have it.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
There are times where I kind of have to like pamper myself by you know, pushing the ignore this today button, but that have been working so far for me. TikTok wise, Instagram Reels, however, I will still work on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's super important that parents are looking over their kids' like screen times and stuff, especially when they're younger, because I feel like if we're a little older, like how old we are, like we can like kind of like self-control ourselves, and like we can put those limitations if we feel like we need them. But as a kid, I feel like it's super important that their activity on social media gets monitored.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're just growing up too fast, and I feel like they should be kids, you know?
Yeah. This was One More Scroll. I'm Clara Alonto.
And I'm Jenny Sung, and thanks for listening.